Welcome to Leos for Leos, a channel featuring tarot and intuitive readings for YouTube dedicated only to the astrological sign of Leos. This is a general reading for Leos, so some things I see will resonate with you and some things may not. So just take what works and leave the rest. I too am a Leo, so this reading will be for both of us. Alright, so let's start out with an overview of the month of February 2019. Let's see what's in store for us Leos during this month. It would be nice to get a really good overview of the month. I'll give it a really good shuffle. So hopefully we get a good card to describe to us what the month is going to be like for us. Okay, the first card we have is the Seven of Cups. All right, the Seven of Cups. We have so many choices presented to us this month. Lots of choices, perhaps even indecision plaguing us at this point, and getting lost in a fantasy inside your head, kind of daydreaming and fantasizing about your future. And there's nothing wrong with this. This is great because this is what's needed for manifestation. As things move along during the month, I feel like you can actually start to plan things out and actually consider it a plan instead of a dream, right? You can start formulating some ideas about how you want to get things done. There's a possibility and the chance of having multiple fantasies come true for yourself. So dream big. Yeah, this is great. I mean, it's all about the dreaming and the fantasy, and you'll be called to make some decisions, maybe even editing your dreams just a little bit. In order to get these things, you're going to have to focus on maybe one, maybe two of them, and not all of them at once. I know this has been since November, trying to pare down your ideas and your fantasies into like walkable steps to reach in reality. You're trying to finally make all of those dreams and fantasies real, because you're not playing around anymore. There's a different attitude that you're holding true to yourself now. How do you make this happen in real life? I mean, how do you make your dreams happen? How do you make your dreams come true? And how do you clarify your desires so that way it's easier for you to figure out how to get from the next step to the next step to the next step? That's the theme of this month. Okay. So let's just keep going here, because this is very good. All right, so we have the Hermit. Okay, the Hermit is a card that is so easy to read because it is exactly what it looks like. It's a person who is pretty much off to themselves, the Hermit. It is a card of meditation and solitude and digging deep into one's own psychological state, tapping into consciousness. And the Hermit suggests that you may be in a phase of introspection where you are drawing all of your attention inwards, looking for answers within. This is great because with all of these wonderful ideas, sometimes they're even crazy. Some people will call them crazy, but for you, they're not crazy. They're real goals that you plan on achieving in your lifetime. And the Hermit, this is the call to figure it out. Psychologically get deep and say, what steps do I need to take to get to these dreams that I want? They're big dreams and I want them. That's what this card's about. Again, it's about the clarification too. Because if you clean up your dreams, that you have, then you may be like, you might decide, hey, look, instead of 7 dreams that are presented in the 7 of Cups, you only want 2 of those dreams. Because then the rest of the dreams will just fall in line. You know what I mean? If you focus on like 2 of the dreams, maybe those 2 things will help the rest of things of the dreams fall in line. If you notice, the Hermit has a lantern or a lamp, if you want to call it a lamp, and it is illuminated. That's the place where you have the epiphany, that brilliant knowledge that you need, where there are some answers there for questions that you have, and there are the answers in that illumination. The 2 cards that I've just pulled are so related to each other in a beautiful way, because you can do all that fantasizing, but it's the introspection that is going to clarify exactly what it is that you want in the world. Make sure you get that hermit time. Take time out so that way you could get those downloads. Okay, so you get that lamp illumination of ideas and fine-tuning. All right, now let's get some more details. Why did we get the Hermit card, and why did we get the 7 of Wands? All right, the next card is the 8 of Wands. Okay, this is the action that I was foreseeing earlier. This is the activity that I was in. Lots of things happening all at once. Each wand here is just flying at you, and you are catching them in midair, you know? And it's happening fast. It's things are happening quickly, and you have been prepared for this. You're ready for this. This is an opportunity for you to really show your skills. So then there is more trust behind following you as a brand or as a friend or as a leader at work. It really speaks of a great opportunity for you at this time. You have to adjust quickly to the things that are happening. Stay positive. Keep a positive attitude. When all this stuff is happening, keep putting out that really positive energy, because this is tied to karma. Whatever you present out to the world, that's what you're going to get coming right back at you. Let's go. Let's look further. All right, we have the 2 of Pentacles. Again, the decisions. Oh gosh. This is also about multitasking as well. This is all culminating into sort of like a beautiful ballet. For some of you, you have it. It's okay. You got this. For some of you, this is overwhelming. This is very, very overwhelming. There's waves of water in the background, and that is the emotion. Emotions are high. They're volatile. Maybe not of yours, but of other people around you. Things are like happening quickly, and people are like, we need to get this done now. And you're like, okay. Add that to the list of things, you know? And I feel like your spirit is up. I feel like your emotions are up and high, and you're kind of jovial about it, because you're like, yeah, I could do this. I could do this. This is easy for you. Psychologically, it's unnerving, but you're not going to show people that. You're going to take care of this. You're going to take care of all the little things. But it really comes down to you making decisions at this point. Let's get deeper into the story. What else can we expect for our sign? All right, we have the Fool. And the Fool really speaks of new beginnings and this like wide-eyed optimism. It's like, yeah, let's do it. We have the sun in this video just shining down on our Fool. The Fool is, the Fool sounds like a silly card, right? It sounds like, oh, you look at him, he's about to fall off a cliff. Maybe there's danger there. But the truth is, we don't know. And if you notice, the cliff could be just a few, like a foot, or it could be 1,000 feet. We don't know. The card kind of cuts off where possibly there could be some ground there. We're just not sure. And so the Fool has a flower in his hand. You know, he's just really happy to be here. He's happy to exist. He's happy that things are great, that things are happening to him, and he has an opportunity for life and living and having this really incredible faith in the future. Don't go towards the dark side. Yoda's coming through. He's saying, don't go to the dark side, okay? Stay on the side of light, because that is where your power, especially as a lion, ruled by the sun is of happiness. Shine your light on everyone, okay? People are watching you, and this is a good thing because you want to be in this. You want to be in the center of attention. This is where that optimism, that happiness, that joy from within is going to just make people take that look at you and say, "Look at this crazy nut! Look at this fool here, just completely happy and working hard. Man, they deserve an opportunity." By doing all this introspection and getting clear on what it is that you want and deciding what you're going to focus on and being able to maneuver around these activities and actions, the Eight of Wands, and juggling life with the Two of Pentacles. Make things fun for yourself, and you're going to find, again, that people are going to be attracted to you and also help you. Hey, I see you're doing this by yourself. Can I help? So let's dig deeper. I love where this is going for us. All right, we have the King of Cups. This is about emotional stability and focus. This is very calm energy. Being a fire sign, sometimes little things will set us off and we get into like tirade mode. Like somebody tells you like, hey, this didn't work out. And you're like, okay, fine. We'll scratch that idea. We'll start over. Don't you just love that energy for us? Let's look a little bit further. Why did we get this calming over all this action that's going on? Which is it's a great energy. All right, we have the Magician. Okay. This is about manifesting things. Okay. This is about taking stuff out of the dream world and putting magical energy into the universe and creating them in real life by doing hard work, talking about it, dreaming about it, getting on your hands and knees and smashing those hands together and praying, writing stories about it, writing a poem about it. This is all part of the manifestation because it's very focused and methodical. You've got the calmness of the King of Cups and the power of manifestation with the Magician. This is stuff is going to happen. Like, your dreams are going to happen. It's just about you having the right mindset to make it happen. And this is good. I mean, Leo, we're in a place, these proposed dreams that are impossible for most people, totally ridiculous for most people, like, could actually become a reality for you. And that is awesome. Everything is turning up roses. Look at that in the picture. Everything's turning up roses. And then he's got the mastery of all of the cards. The pentacle, the cup, the sword, the wand, at his command. That's you. That's you doing this. You're doing this. It just needs your focus and your dedication and your hard work and your sweat. And don't forget to show off a little. Show off what you can do. You're doing what you were meant to do. And you're creating magic from it. The Fool card in this particular case really talks about taking that risk and the risk paying off. The risk pays off. Make a decision, take a risk, the risk pays off. Why? Because you're skilled. You believe in your skills, and you do have skills. You put in the hard work for these skills, and it's going to pay off. Pretty cool, huh? Let's move on. Let's see what else is going on here, because this is a wonderful story. All right, we have the Hierophant. This is like legitimate stuff, like institutions, rules, authority, companies, legal matters, traditional formalities. Oh, there's roses in this one too. Look at the roses. This is a person or a thing or an interloper or someone coming in, perhaps even a person with a lot of money or someone with a lot of authority, to kind of guide you, mentor you, give you a shout out. It's one of those things where it's somebody who is highly respected, but in, a very upstanding citizen way in whatever community you're in. And they're like, yes, this person is legitimate. I've given them the stamp of legitimacy. They're the real deal. So you get that. You're going to get that kind of like pat on the back from somebody higher up. Someone who's got power. Someone who is also possibly going to give you this incredible insight, perhaps advice that you really, really, really need. Become a mentor to you. Maybe even fill you in on what is next to expect in your chosen path of career or whatever. This person is at a place where you want to be, kind of. So a place of authority and a place of higher knowledge of what comes next after you're pushing so hard, after you're engaging so hard and you're finally getting some traction. What's next? This person has the answer. And they're going to give it to you. That's what this is. That is what this is. And I say, take it. It could be a teacher. It could be a counselor or older student. Someone who, someone else with authority. So a professor. It could be a professor. It could be a celebrity. It could be your boss, who's like taking a shine to you and saying, hey, look, I see that you're doing amazing things. And here's my comments on if you want to go further in this business, you need to do this, you need to do that. And let's have lunch together and we'll talk about your future. Like, go to that lunch, right? Do that. Make sure you're ready, you're accepting of this, because what they have to say is gonna be good. Now, I want to know a little bit more. Tell me a little bit more about this. Okay. Ooh. Okay, this is why. Okay, we've got the Nine of Wands. Okay, I really do love this card. This is a card that I like a lot. And a lot of people, I'm not sure, you could look at this card and say that it's oh, that's a bad card. But I think it's a good card. I'll tell you why. All right, you've already made so many accomplishments. Look at all the things that you've done already. Each wand is something that you're doing and it's growing. Look at the leaves are still on there, they're growing. You haven't even seen the fruits of your labor yet. These are all actions that you've done. Okay? And you look a little weary, you're tired, you're exhausted, you're fed up, you're frustrated, right? You've been through it. Look at, you've got a bandage on your head. Do you know what that means? That means psychologically you've been wounded. Okay? And it's not because of something happening, it's more like you've been through the war for so long, you're starting to go through post-traumatic stress disorder. And the attitude is, I'm ready for what comes next. I'm ready for what comes next. That's why this person is coming into your life. The Hierophant is coming into your life because you need somebody to tell you what to do next. It's probably going to be calmed down a little bit. It's going to be like, yeah, work is good, learn, but stop freaking out about it. Get out of your own head. This card, I always like it because it's a fighter spirit. So what's next? As it's very confusing right now. We need some clarity up in this place. The Death card, okay. Oh, okay. This makes sense. Change. Huge change. And that makes sense. This is a change you've been wanting. This is something that you've been desiring. It's sudden. It's all of a sudden. And it may be because of something. It may be because of the Hierophant offering something. It might be because of the Nine of Wands, the frustration of having to feel like you're doing too much. Maybe you feel like you're doing too much and it's time to make a decision. The end of an era. Death card. It is the death of something that you've had enough of. You cannot juggle it anymore and it's got to go. It's big, but it's a big decision, but you are ready to make it because you're frustrated and you're tired and you're suffering mentally because of it. Now, we're not talking about a suffering that is going to stop you from living or is going to be awful. We're talking about a suffering that is very underneath your smile kind of thing. You're suffering softly. I don't know if that sounds right or not, but you're not like freaking out and going crazy. You're just overstressed. You're just like fed up of being stressed, you know? And so you've got to make this decision. It will deliver you into the sunlight. It's a choice. Let's see what else is next. This is pretty intense. We need a good one. And so we do have a good one. The World. Thank goodness. Could you imagine if it was a different card? I would have freaked out, to be honest. All right, so we've got the World card. This is great. Okay. Completion, wholeness. This is the card of completion. We've got something ending, it's complete. It's ending a period, an era of life. This is a good ending. The Death card and the World together, that is a great combination. And then you've got the Hierophant there giving you all sorts of great advice. Something's ending. Every part of your life is going to benefit from this too. Every corner of life. Your passions, your courage, your relationships with people. This is walking on sunshine. Okay? And it feels good. It's also the last card in the deck of cards. It's the final solution, which is happiness. It's a good happiness. I mean, but this, whatever you're closing the door on, I mean, it's going to be dead. It's going to be gone. You're not going to have any access to it at all. And it's hard for you. It's hard for you because you're a fixed sign. It's hard for you to change, even though you want change. And it's very hard for you to close the door. But you have to close the door on this. There may be some people you will never see again simply because they just, their mindset is not on your level. They're not going the same places you're going. And they know it. That's why they would rather keep you where you are. They'd rather keep you where you are because you're about to soar into another stratosphere. And it's okay to have people that you meet along the way and you never see again. It's okay. That's why you have to show them some gratitude when the time comes. When the time comes to say goodbye. I'm thinking about The Wizard of Oz. When Dorothy has to tell everybody goodbye so she can go home. She says it to each one. She makes a point to talk to each one of her friends and tell them goodbye personally. And it means a lot to them because they may never see each other again. And you've got to do this. You've got to close those doors. Okay, and they'll follow you, social media, and you will follow them on social media and give each other the support from afar. But you've got to close the door properly, right? You got to do it right. And begin this new cycle with a good heart, with good karma, and the world is yours. Thank you so much for watching. I'm so glad that this reading was actually pretty special. And there's a lot to look forward for us Leos in February 2019. And thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe to the channel for Leo monthly readings. Many blessings to you, my awesome Leos. And remember, this channel is dedicated to you and you alone.